So private sector banks, let us see which private sector banks we are talking about. Okay, then we also have foreign banks. So foreign banks, okay, RRBs, that is regional rural banks. Okay, then foreign banks, like HSBC. Okay, HSBC Holdings, so that is an MNC bank. Okay, then Citibank, they are not applicable, so they are not scheduled banks, so not applicable. So HSBC and Citibank, they are not, okay, they are not applicable, and some cooperative banks are also not under scheduled banking. Okay, so some more information I want to share with you. So just let me rub this. Okay. Now, this was happening, but till 2017, there's a latest update. So till 2017, scheduled commercial banks in India comprised 26 public sector banks, including SBI and its associates, and 19 nationalized bank and IDBI. Okay. Now, the creation of Bhartiya Mahila. So Bhartiya Mahila Bank has increased the total number of public sector, okay, to 27. So there's one more bank, and now there is a merger which is happening, but so there was a new bank, Bhartiya Mahila Bank, but now there's a merger. So but the recent merger means it gets joined, included, but the recent merger of the Mahila Bank with SBI, okay, has come back to 26. Okay, so previously it was 27, but again it has come back to 26 because it has merged with SBI. Yeah, which bank? The Mahila Bank. Okay, now let me continue. Okay, now let's talk about the private bank. So the scheduled private sector bank includes old private sector banks, and also it includes new private sector banks and new. Okay, so there were 13 old private sector and 9 new private sector banks. Okay, and including, so let us include, so including the newly formed, so IDBI is now private, so IDBI, not IDBI, actually it is IDFC. So IDFC is a new bank, IDFC, and Bandhan Bank. Yes, Bandhan Bank. Okay. And apart from that, there are 43 foreign national banks operating in India. Okay, so now let's talk about RRBs also. So we spoke about national banks, we spoke about private, now we spoke about foreign banks also. So now let us talk about this, as I said, RRBs. Okay, so let's talk about RRBs. Now the RRBs, that is regional rural banks, were started in India back in the 1970s due to the inability of the commercial banks to lend to farmers. So commercial banks couldn't reach the farmers, and that is why RRB was born. Commercial banks to farmers, then to whom? To rural sectors, that is villages, agriculture. Now, what is the governance structure? So let us see the governance. Very important point. Structure, or what is the shareholding? So shareholding of RRB is, so the first, let me write central government. In that 50% is state government. Okay, 15% is sponsor. Okay, so 15% is sponsor bank. Okay, and 35% is like, so 15% and so state government. So let me see. So central government is 50%, state government is 15%, and sponsor government is 35%. So that is the share ratio. Okay. Now some more vital points about RRB. Let me clear this. So now RRB has kept CRR. I had told you the meaning of CRR in our previous chapter on money. Cash reserve ratio or requirements of RRBs at 3% and SLR, that is statutory liquidity requirement, at 25% of the very important point, students, net liabilities. Okay, so this is very important. So RRB has kept the CRR of RRBs at 3% and SLR at 25%. Now I will discuss some important facts relating to scheduled commercial banks. Okay, so let me just delete this. Okay, so now I will write some important facts. Okay, so important facts relating to scheduled commercial banks. Okay, So the first one. Now, in terms of business, public sector, so in terms of business, public sector is more than private banks. So public sector banks dominate the Indian banking. PSB, that is the public sector banks, accounts for close. So this is very important point. I'm giving you some facts. 50% of total assets and 70% of deposit and close to 70% of the advances. So you can see how big it is. And among this, I can definitely tell you also that here also, if you see that SBI is dominating here. So let me write. So the third point. So amongst the PSBs, SBI and its associates has the highest number of branches. Okay. Fourth point. The committee of RRB headed by M. Narasimham recommended the setting up of RRBs for the purpose of providing rural credit. Okay. And now I will just continue now, because now we will talk about the RRB more. So yes, let me clear this. The fourth point. Yes. So we'll come to the fourth. RRB is sponsored by, just let me darken this, by a public sector bank which also provides a part of its share capital. So I'll give you an example, you understand. Say for example, Maharashtra, very famous Grameen bank it is. So Maharashtra Grameen Bank. So what is Grameen? So it's a bank which is in the village, is sponsored by the government of Maharashtra, sponsored by the Bank of Maharashtra. So this is the way it has been done. So each and every bank is sponsored by the state bank, okay, or of the state. Okay. Similarly, I'll talk about the Himachal, very famous Himachal Grameen Bank, sponsored. So these are some information which I'm giving you, which are very helpful for your exams also, by Punjab National Bank. Okay, so now let us understand that why RRB was set. Okay, so RRBs, okay, or as I said, rural national regional rural banks, okay, they were basically set for something. Okay, so that is what I'll tell you. RRBs were set up to eliminate